Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. We're here with another Friday chill stream. And this time we're doing something a little special. And because it's so special, hey, look at that. Biggie's already here. What's up? What's up, Biggie? What's up? How you doing? Doing good? Yeah?
I'm
You
about
doing
to
good?
bust. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the bathroom. Oh, good lord.
Alright, this is
I'm
the
about
stress
to
test
bust.
time. Everything should be
I'm
working.
sorry. I thought this
Everything
was the
should be
bathroom.
working
Oh,
again.
good lord.
Everything should be working again. If it ain't, we got problems.
Bonefather
we
is
got
humbled
problems.
by your kind tribute.
Oh, I'm
Hello
sorry.
there,
I thought
everyone.
this was the
Welcome to
bathroom. Oh,
Cursed
good
Kitchen,
lord.
Hey,
Miss Shu's
King.
Wondrous Cursed channel.
King, thank you for the sub. Super happy to hear
I'm
that
about to
the
bust.
book
Oh, I'm
is
sorry. I
coming
thought
along.
This was the bathroom.
Glad to
Good
see
lord.
everybody is having some good writing luck lately. I actually don't hit Biggie with the all that much, so he recognizes it, but he's just like, what? Why are you making that noise? What? 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 Yeah. Seems like everybody's getting some good writing in. Everybody who wants to get some good writing in, at least. Myself included. I've been making some pretty good progress on the D&D writing and all that, which
What's your favorite thing from 7-Eleven?
What is my favorite thing from
Milk and
7-Eleven?
cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, cereal and milk.
I'm pretty basic, so probably the Slurpee. Like, I used to love getting Slurpees back in the day. Like, get the, like, giant Slurpee. And, I used to do, like, the suicide, where you, like, put a little bit of everything in them. I know, like, when I would go to the theater, I'd
You
always
can
get blue
slurp these
raspberry.
nuts.
How did I not even see that coming?
I'm about to bust. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
I
really
thought this was the
disappointed in
bathroom.
myself.
Oh, good lord.
At least you look still Biggie. At least you still care. I know, I was like, oh, okay, a genuine question, alright. Yeah, the blueberry ones. I know, right? That's what I get for trusting Beam or Matcha at this point. Like, if they're ever asking me a question, or if I literally say anything, I'll say anything and they'll just be like, I'll anything D's nuts. It's like, alright. Alright, fuck you too. Fuck you too. I wasn't typing anything. Yeah, uh-huh. Sus. Sus. A little sus. You're looking a little sussy there. It is genuine if you didn't give me the answer I wanted. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, legit, I'm trying to think of the other things I've even gotten from a 7-Eleven. Because, like, the only time I had a 7-Eleven around me... thank you for the hydrate. The only time I had, like, a 7-Eleven around me was, when I was, like, 14, like, right around when I was, like, in my early teens to late teens. And even then, I knew not to fuck with the nachos and the hot dogs. I already knew that was a bad idea. You used to get the chili dogs? How was that? How were those? I used to make a lot of chili dogs. I was really big into, Costco sells, like, that cattle drive chili. And I was very big into the cattle drive chili dogs. I mean, I'm alive. That's a strong sell. That's a strong sell. I've never been to one. I used to have one when I was a kid, but they closed because it was constantly getting robbed. Yeah, I actually, so Beam, one of the things that's like, everybody's always talking about Quick Trip, and then there's the other one, there's the other fucking gas station that people always fucking talk about in the Midwest. What's the other one? Fuck, I'm blanking on it. Come and Go, yes, but no, there's another one. Come and Go, I only remember because when I did social media analytics, one of our clients was Chevron, and they also, the franchisee owns some Come and Goes too. Yeah, Come and Go's real. Come and Go's real. Wawat? What the fuck is it? I feel like it had like a beaver or something associated with it. Fuck, I can't remember. Well, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to stop at either of those, and I totally forgot. But yeah, it might be the Texas one. I think there's another Midwest one. I might be getting the two mixed up. Buc-ee's, yeah, it might be Buc-ee's. Yeah. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so back then, like, there was no point in going there to get soda because you can get soda literally anywhere. So I would always get the Slurpee, and that's pretty much it. I pretty much just go there to get Slurpees. And then I remember once when I was like 17 trying to put vodka and mix that with a Slurpee. And if you want to know what ice plus syrup plus vodka turns into, it turns into watery vodka syrup. So don't do that. It's not good. It's really bad. It's so bad. I was just like, this is a brilliant idea. I love getting drunk and I love Slurpees. Yeah, watery fruit shots. Yeah. It was terrible. Like, immediately, even at that age, I was like, I can't drink this. I can't drink this. And like, when you're that young, like, you're not getting good vodka. You're getting like Potters. You're getting like plastic bottle vodka. But yeah, definitely Slurpee. I love the Coca-Cola Slurpees because I love Coca-Cola still. We simp Coca-Cola. But the blueberry ones were good. Can't go wrong with a Slurpee. The vodka that tastes the way alcohol wipes smell? Yes, 100%. 100%. 100% that. Quickie come and go, wah wah wah. If you ever want to know what it sounds like when I come, it's that I say that to myself. Quickie come and go, wah wah wah. Wah wah wah. I hit him with the like, I don't know, the Mario death sound. Waha! Yippee! Hit him with one of those. But yeah, so today, on that note, today we're gonna be doing this is gonna be just kind of a chill like review of everything I've cooked so far. I spent a little bit of time. Hit him with that one, you know. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Fabrizio. Let's welcome in. Hit him. You gotta when you hit him with that death nut, you just gotta hit him with a waha. Finishing an O sound with a yippee. Well, like an oh yippee, or a yippo. Or is that what we're going for? Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of go through. I spent some time collecting some photos. Some of the early dishes in particular, like one, I was terrible at taking photos, so you know, what are you gonna do? And I didn't really care. Like basically when I started streaming, it was just like completely a fun thing for me to do, to like learn new stuff, and that's still kind of what it is, to be honest. And so like I didn't take the photos seriously at all. Now I take them seriously enough. And I didn't take the streaming itself seriously. I didn't have any equipment. It was very low quality, as you'll see from a lot of the pictures. And my cooking has definitely improved over time as well. So we're just going to go through and take a look at those. And so I have a tier list set up entirely with every single country. And then we'll kind of go through. So for my Instagram page, I don't have every recipe I've ever made. I kind of got picky, and some of the early ones in particular I didn't include. But I've dug those photos up, and through a combination of like old photo camera archives, Twitter, and just straight up taking screenshots of my old archive streams, what's left of them. You're amazing, sir. Thank you. I tried, but don't tell me that too often. It'll go to my head. I'll get in trouble. Yippee! Oh god! If you nutted and you're just like yippee-ki-ya, Yippee-ki-yay! Witch head. Whichever one you want. But yeah, so I got a few categories set up. You don't quote Die Hard when you come. It's like, oh, fuck. And so Alexander wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. Every time. Yeah, I'm with you, Mr. Fabrizio. It's a Christmas movie. But yeah, so I have them set up. So we've got like kind of our standard tier list. We've got our S tier, our A tier, our B tier, our C tier, our D tier, and then I have a separate one set up just because like if I just there are recipes I just straight fucked up. I just straight fucked up. I did a bad job making them. Maybe they were still like good tasting, but most of the time I just fucked it up. I dropped the ball. And so I don't feel like it's fair to be like, this is trash cuisine, or like, because it was me being bad. On the other hand, there are definitely a couple of cases I can think of that were just not good. They were not good. I still am hesitant to say they were bad, but they were bad for me. Let's generously say they did not fit my palate. We'll say that. They didn't fit my palate. Someone out there considers it food. Just like Biggie here, he likes eating crunchy pellets, and he considers that food, but I would not. We'll consider it the same, you know? Somebody's perfect dinner is somebody else's, you know, garbo dinner. He likes eating plants too. In fact, right before stream, I put the plant in the trash. I've still got the pot. I've got some nice new flowers outside that he cannot eat. But they are in the trash because they were basically dead. They were basically dead. He likes big plants and he cannot lie. This is true. This is known. So hopefully in the next week or two I can go and not only start my deck garden, but get that plant. Get a new replacement plant. Here's open. Alright, so first country up is Afghanistan. And I made, for Afghanistan, I made chicken korma. I was keeping it simple. And I don't have a pretty picture of it. But I did recover a picture from my first stream way back when. And it looks so pretty. Look how pretty this screenshot is. Look at it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You can like see not only the quality of the camera, how low it was. How low it was. This actually was delicious. It was actually really good. But like, I just, didn't know how to take a picture. Because this isn't like a pro photo. This is me like pulling up my stream and doing print screen on that and then cutting it out. And then there's some roti right back here that you can kind of see. But I didn't actually do try to take a food photo for it. But it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. And so I'm going to put Afghanistan in the, this country is solid. I really like korma. I think it was very good. And I would say, this was decent. This is decent. Next up is Albania. And for Albania, I made a leek pie and tartor, which is kind of like a chilled dill and yogurt with crushed walnut soup. And both of these are actually really good. They're really good. I still didn't know how to take any photos whatsoever, but they were really, really good. And they paired pretty well together. So Albania is definitely getting a higher ranking. Albania is definitely getting a higher ranking. I'm gonna put that in the damn that's good. Not quite best of the best, but it reminds me of this woman who followed me on Instagram and called herself a foodie, but she messed with the levels in her photos so much she made mashed potatoes Mountain Dew green. I've got a photo like that coming up. Here, take some boba. I made it for you. Thank you. Thank you for making some boba for me. I appreciate it. I'm always happy to take some free boba. In fact, we're gonna be making milk tea on Sunday, so that'll be fantastic. Matcha, I actually went to the store earlier and got some buttermilk, so I'm prepared. For better or worse, I'm prepared. But thank you, Lamau Chico. I appreciate the free boba. I'll take the boba that you've given me and distribute it to the other chatters because they deserve some boba as well. They deserve some boba as well. Alright. So we've got 98 countries, so I'm not going to spend too much time on each one. Before I get any further, though, I'm going to show you just the amount of recipes at this point I've gone through. Buttermilk tea gross. Oh, it's even worse. It's even worse than that. It's buttermilk ranch tea. It's ranch buttermilk tea. It's going to be awful, Beam. I've got normal milk, too, so I can do it either way. I could even just put the powder in if I wanted to. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. Also, look, you can see, you can peek ahead what I'm going to make soon. We've got a Lithuanian borscht. Borscht is up next. Got some stuff from Luxembourg. I haven't 100% decided upon all of these, but here are just the here's a glimpse of the recipes I've deemed worth saving for everything I've made on stream. So needless to say, we've had quite a few recipes. Just a few. We're in the seas currently. We're in the seas currently. A spreadsheet, yeah. What is this song? It is I Love You by Android 52. And I'll go ahead and post a song link in Discord for you. But needless to say, whole lot of recipes. And for every single one, I like to reference a few. So like you can see for the Spatzel recipe, like there are 4 different Spatzel recipes I was looking at, just to like kind of make sure I got a good idea. Alright, so moving on to Algeria. Let's go. Let's go. Beam, have you made your first one yet? I know you've like mentioned a few, and you're kind of like picking and choosing where you were gonna go with it. Alright, what did I do for Algeria? Let's check. Algeria, I think I made like a yeah. So I made an okra tagine, which was really good. So this is the screenshot from the stream, but I think I have a better one. Not by much, but I think I have a better one. Let me see. Maybe? Yeah, here it is. Okay. Here's a slightly better photo. Basically, it was just like a mix. It was like a vegetarian tagine. Then you like put like whole potatoes in. And it wasn't particularly pretty, but it was still like very good. It like tasted very, very good. Let's see, did I make anything else for that? Let me check. Let me check. I think that's all I made. Oh, I made Mazgram too. So let's look up Mazgran. Mazgran is like a spiced wine dish. And it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Like I basically just like. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different one. So it was just like an iced coffee dish. So it was just kind of like a sweetened espresso coffee dish, and it was really, really good. Mostly because I just like coffee. Ah, that's right. The stream after this I made spiced wine for. That's what I'm getting mixed up with. Hey, Floofy Shark, welcome in. But Mazgran was good. It's nice, like... Yeah, you can, like, mix lemon or mint or rum. It's pretty good. Algeria, I'd say, you know, it didn't blow my mind. It was like, fairly underspiced for a tagine. Like, tagines usually are quite strong on the spice. The Mazgran was, like, interesting, but it was basically just like a coffee. It was like a lemony coffee, the way I made it, based on the recipe I used. So it wasn't, like, too exciting. But yeah, at this point, like, we're still talking, like... I couldn't take a photo to save my life. Like, you can already see, like, not only the quality of the photo, but also just, like, the sheer quality of, like, the stream. Like, look at this fucking high-quality camera. Like, look at this lighting. This perfect lighting. It's so good. My old shitty cutting board that literally broke. Alright, so next up is Andorra. And for Andorra, I made Escudella, and I made a sort of like spiced wine. And I don't think I have photos of the spiced wine. But the Escudella is basically kind of like it was sort of like a cabbage-based soup. Again, not a flattering photo of it. Very ugly, ugly photo. Again, ripped from the stream. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Do I have anything on here? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have any photos of it. Here's... Yeah. So it's like pasta, sausage, chickpeas, chicken. Again, like pretty simple, like down home kind of cooking sort of deal. I think like it was, yeah, here we go. This was kind of, I think this is actually even like the recipe I worked off of, or at least one of the images I like referenced. So it's got like potatoes and pasta and chickpeas and meatballs and some cabbage in there. It was simple. It was like a very simple dish. It was alright. It didn't blow my mind. The spiced wine was also alright. Basically, it tasted like a chilled mulled wine, where let's see, what's the specific recipe? Yeah, and so Escudella Escudella means soup in Catalan, and so like there's a lot of variations on this one. And since Andorra is like so, you know, it's landlocked, it's between France and Spain, it's like very, you know, influenced by those two types of cuisine. Yo, what up, fellow gays? Nice bisexual lighting, thank you. Chilled wine, if you will. Chilled wine, exactly. But yeah, I would say like Andorra was alright. It was alright. It didn't like blow me out of the water. It wasn't particularly exciting. It was good. It was not bad. It was not bad. It was not bad. I think I did it justice. I think the spiced wine, like, I'm not a huge wine drinker. I like flavorful wines on occasion, but it's not like my go-to drink. So, you know, it was good. It was good. Alright, Angola. Angola. What did we do for Angola? Angola, this was a winner. This was up there. Because this is the first time I've ever made piri piri chicken, and piri piri chicken is often associated with the company Nando's, and often associated with Portugal, but it's actually an Angolan dish originally, because like the sauce, like it's based on that like type of pepper, and the sauce was originally from Angola, because that's where the peppers were first cultivated. Well, you know, after the New World transfer. And so I think I actually have like a halfway decent picture for this one. Yeah. So here's the piri piri chicken, and then I made like a sweet potato mash. And I think I might even, yeah, there's like another angle. This was fucking great. This was really, really good. This is one of the best of the best. Like, piri piri chicken, it just made me, like, fall in love with piri piri chicken. This is one of those ones where I was like, I knew nothing about African cuisine, and immediately I was just like, oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Especially after Escudella, which was, like, so, like, European, boring soup. This one really, like, blew me away. And I love sweet potatoes as well. So this is I'm putting Angola in like best of the best. Angola was just like so good, so good. Highly recommend giving piri piri chicken a chance if you haven't done it before. Very, very good, very, very good. Yeah, Nando sauce is great. I do like Nando sauce. I like the like extra hot Nando sauce. Fuck you, Beam. Get the fuck. How can I delete this? No! I mean, I could, but whatever. I got these nuts. I like the tag. Speedy, cautious, strawberry, pico mouse. This is what happens being a streamer. You have like a moment of vulnerability, and it's immediately punished. It's immediately punished. I have a brief moment of vulnerability where I try to connect with a member of the streaming community, and I'm immediately punished for it. And I have to like, you know what, alright, I'm back in my box. I'm assuming the worst in everybody again. We're back to that. The milk and cereal. Are you just eating milk and cereal right now, Kara? Is that what you're about? It wasn't real vulnerability, you were set up. I gave an earnest answer to a question I thought was honest. I gave an earnest answer. Fucking rude. Fucking rude. No, it's the song? Oh, okay. Oh, are you listening to a milk and cereal song? I got you. Alright, so Austria. Oop, that's not Austria. That's still the Escudella. Austria. What did I make for Austria? Like I said, it would have been an honest one if you didn't give me the answer I wanted. I took a risk and it paid off. Yeah. Alright, That, if it would have been an honest question, then it wasn't an honest question from the start. That means that, oh, if he didn't answer in the way I wanted, I would have pivoted and actually given him no. That's no. Oh wait, we actually are missing Antigua and Barbuda. We're actually missing one. No. So this is a Caribbean island chain, right? And for this country, we made buholde, which is kind of like a whitefish served with a tomato and pepper sauce, and fungi, which fungi you see all over the place. I've seen it, like basically there are tons of African countries that use it under different names in Caribbean nations. There's fungi, you'll often see it as fufu. Like there are a bunch of different names it goes by. And so this was the stream, we made it. Basically all it is like a gelatinized is the wrong word, but basically like a cornmeal mash that's somewhat solidified. And I'll say it didn't leave a strong impact. I like the whitefish. I'm not a huge like fish eater, which I've talked about, you know, plenty of times before, but like here's kind of what it looked like. Here's our fungi and our fish. The fish itself and the sauce was like actually quite good. This was quite good. The fungi, it's like any other mash. Like it's plain, it's carbohydrate heavy. Nah, no, that's not how it works. Shut up, Beam. Not how it works. It's not how it works. No, no, no. But yeah, the like whitefish was good. I think I've got an actual photo around here somewhere. Let me see. Let me see. I feel like I've got an actual photo around here somewhere. Or at least, and by actual, I mean a slightly better one. A slightly better one. Maybe not. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, I can't find one, so yeah, this was like, it was good. The sauce was good, the fish was like good. The fungi was kind of like, whatever. I'll put it in, I think I'll put it in the, maybe the not bad category. Like, it's alright. It's alright. It didn't, again, it didn't blow my mind. Yeah, you know what? The sauce was pretty good. The sauce was pretty good. No, I'm sticking with my guns here. Alright, so Austria. Heading over to Austria. Heading over to Austria. What do we got here? What do we got in Austria? Sorry, my cat is like half blocking my computer monitor, so I'm like trying to navigate around to see what it is. Wait, hold on. Where's Armenia? Armenia's hiding in here. I don't know why, but some BAs are just like on a fucking stealth mission. Where you at, Armenia? There's Argentina.
Yeah.
There's Argentina. There's Armenia. There we go. There we go. Oh, and we're missing Argentina too. So Argentina, I think I do have the recipe. Let me pull it up. I think it's actually in Discord. I think this is one of the photos I actually straight up have in Discord. Ba-da-da. Yeah, was that the Saisei? Is that the one I meant for? Alright, there we go. No, okay. So I have nicer photos for this, I believe, but... basically I made like chimichurri, I made some like marinated steak, I made a heart of palm salad, and then I made salsa criolla, and this was solid. This was solid. Like the steak actually, like the steak was good. My chimichurri could have used work. I think my chimichurri needed improvement. The picture isn't doing it like justice, but I think it needed to have a little bit more like it needed to be blended a little better. Part of that is just limitations of the tools I have, but I still really liked it. I liked the heart of palm salad. It was very refreshing. So was the salsa criolla. So I'm gonna put Argentina in the we'll do this country as solid. We'll do this country as solid. I think it was good. Didn't like knock my socks off, but it was still quite good. And then next up, yeah, Biggie quite cute, even if he is annoying. He's like literally cleaning himself, and just like, hi, hey Biggie, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just say this song triggers me a little bit. For one reason in particular. And the reason is that some motherfucker added like the laziest backbeat to it. Added a little sound clip where it just has the Omae wo mo shineru in it. And then called it a new song. And that got way bigger than the original song. Which is literally the same. It's literally the same. Other than that one like snare hit in the background. and the Omae wa mo Shinderu. It's literally the same song, and that triggers me. It's like a Toho song. Anyway, that's enough of my weeb ranting. It just feels like one of those situations where like not enough has changed for it to be an original work. Exactly, Beam. Exactly. They like pulled a Vanilla Ice where it's like not enough has changed for you to consider it like an original work. And it like they just threw a meme in there and then people are like, hell yeah, this song's good. And then like the original song comes up and they're like, yeah, whatever. It's like literally the same fucking song. It annoys me to no end. Artists deserve credit. Artists deserve credit when they put together a good song. And I like this song. It's a good summer song. And the like Toho creators who put it together deserve the credit for it. And they didn't get it. But some random like SoundCloud user fucking did that and then they get it and they like changed the name of the song. And I was like, and even in the like the original posting they had, they didn't post credit. They didn't post credit for the thing they sampled, we'll generously say. All right. Anyway, enough of my ranting. Let's get back into it. We got a lot of countries to get through. Armenia. So for Armenia, we did Shamali, which is a kind of like sugar-infused cake, where we like that we coated with pistachios. It was quite good. It was a semolina cake, and like throughout we had like a mix of like a syrup sugar, and it was basically the dish was created after the Ottoman conquest of Armenia back in the 1600s, and it's got like a bunch of different names. But basically, we took like this. Oh yeah, it's orange water. So we took like an orange water and created a syrup out of it, and then we just kept soaking it into the cake. And again, I at this point like was barely taking food photos, but I think it was delicious. Here's a better one. I think it was delicious. This is when I was still like, I'm just gonna take the photos during the streams. It was delicious. Highly recommend. It was really easy, very easy. Just like great flavor to it. Loved it. Really simple, super simple, but very good. Very, very good. I would put this in the... I'm definitely putting this in Damn That's Good. Almost best of the best. I'm like kind of on the fence about putting it in the best of the best, but I really, really enjoyed it. Super enjoyed it. So I'd recommend giving Shamali a try. It's quite good. Quite good. Let's see if we can find some better photos for it. Some prettier photos. Yeah, you can see it here with like little almonds on top. It's very good. Oh, Shamalio Bospusa, yeah. I think Bospusa is probably where you're gonna find more recipes describing it. Yeah. Really, really good. Really, really good. Highly recommend. Basically just a semolina cake. Macho, why are we friends? Why are we friends? Looks so cute in a little squares with almond on it. Yeah, I agree. I like the look of pistachios a little bit more. I thought it brought out more color. But if I was going to do it again, I would like try to cut it into a pattern. And I would try to do something a little bit more with the pistachio. I just really like the green. And so like when I made it, it was like a conscious choice. Because she tells you good. I don't know about good. She does have a good sense of humor, though. Well, I'll put it this way: at least somebody enjoys them. At least some people enjoy them, even if the jokes are at my expense. All right, Austria. So after like 4 other countries saying that Austria was next up, we're finally at Austria. We finally made it. And I don't even remember what I made for it. What the fuck did I make for Austria? I made... Wait. What did I make for Austria? What the fuck did I cook for Austria? Oh my god, did I? There's no way I missed Austria. I know I cooked something for it, I just cannot find it to save my life. I don't know, I'm not seeing anything. Did we miss a country? I don't think we did, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Let's check. Let's check. Do I have any Austrian recipes? Guys, we might have to do some backtracking.
The Sound of Music.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might have to do some
I'm about to bust.
backtracking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the bathroom. Oh, good lord.
I just like not great jokes. Wrecked. Keep misclicking bathroom instead of TTS. Nice. I feel like I did something for Austria. I just can't find it. Do I have it on here?
The hills are alive with the sound of D's nuts.
The hills are alive with the D's nuts. There's something musical in the air. Ah. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Oh, fuck. I'm seeing a very distinct gap here. Guys, we might have to go back and do Austria.
Nuts.
We might have to go back and do Austria. I legit can't remember it. I feel like I did make something for it, but I can't find any proof. So we might have to put that firmly in the Nishin Can't Cook category. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring back any memories. So 196 Flavors is a great great website. I've referenced it a few times. It was it's been very helpful in finding recipes for this. Do Re Mi D's Nuts is pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. So Jaeger Schnitzel, I know I made. I can't remember if I made that for Germany though. So I've made a Jaeger Schnitzel. I've made Hamantaschen. Yeah. I've made Sivapi. So I've made enough Austrian dishes for me to say that I have probably covered it, but I'm gonna for now put that in the Nishin Can't Cook category and consider revisiting it, just so we've got 100% official proof. I'm pretty sure I made something for it, but I can't find it to save my life. So next up is Azerbaijan, and this is some old stream lore at this point, but Azerbaijan might have been one of the worst, if not the worst thing I've ever cooked on this. Like, even when compared to the cursed cooking stuff, PD was so trash. So I made two things for it, and one of them was decent. So it's not like a full failure, but PD was terrible. It was terrible. I couldn't eat it. I had to throw it away. It was so bad. I'm gonna kill you for not cooking something from every country. I'm gonna kill me. I'm gonna be mad about it if I don't do it. What was bad about it? So, PD was... Let me see if I can find a good recipe to show what it is. But before I get there, let me see if I can bring up a picture. So here was the piri. This is lamb. This is a lamb. And potato. And like, it looks bleh, but it doesn't look terrible, right? It doesn't look terrible. And then here was the here's a picture of the Mankalsladen, which is kind of like an eggplant salad, which was like it was all right. It was all right. It wasn't terrible, but nothing to write home about. Now piri. So piri is typically made in these like little dishes, and one of the recipes I found, all you do is you basically just like throw it all in a pot and you boil it, and it just tasted like disgusting gamey lamb and vaguely like mint, and it was just like really watery, which is like really chewy. See, the recipe doesn't even exist anymore. And it was just really chewy pieces of lamb with like potato that just like, it just tasted like very minimally seasoned potato. So just kind of like a minty, gamey lamb water. Like, you know how in Arrested Development they do the like, I've invented something and I call it hot ham water. It was like hot lamb water. It was so terrible. And part of that, this is one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of lamb recipes on stream, because I like lamb a lot. I really like lamb, but the quality of lamb I can get in my area isn't very good. And so this was one of the recipes that like really drove that home. This is a very lamb forward dish, as you can probably tell just by looking at it. And it was god awful. It was god awful. And I saw a number of recipes, they all look basically the same. They're all pretty much this. You basically take them, you layer them, and that's what you end up with. And they just were not good. They were not good. So this is going to be one of the very rare, I'm sure someone considers it food, because Jesus Christ, it just was not great. So earlier, Beam, you were talking about somebody who like played with the colors too much and it looked weird. So the next country up, the Bahamas, I ran into that problem with this. Here's this is a clip from the stream, right? It was unedited, right? Oh, Australia. Wait, where did Australia go? It was here a second ago. Oh, it's at the bottom now. Okay. Australia was great. Australia, I made meat pies. I think I even posted them on Instagram. Yeah, here we go. So I made meat pies for them, and they were fantastic. It was great. Simple meat pie. Not amazing, but damn, that's good. Good-ass meat pie. Serve a little ketchup on the side. Have a little nice ramekins. Good stuff. Puff pastry on the top. Nice pie crust on the bottom. Big old beefy beef pie. And I'm saving, there's that one type of cake. There's that one type of, like, cake. Does it start with a P? It's like it's not Pavlova? Is it Pavlova? Anyway, there's like a kind of cake that I'm saving for New Zealand that I'm looking forward to that I almost made for this. But Australia was really, really good. But yeah, so the Bahamas, there was just a lot of like, I made sauerkraut. I made like a spicy chicken with a cilantro yogurt sauce, which was quite good. And I made, what else did I make? Oh, I actually made switcha, which was like a type of drink. It was like a kind of like lemon lime drink, which was pretty good. So the food was all great. Like this is a very good set of food. I think I made something else too. Let me double check. I also made... I don't remember. I don't remember what this is. I think it was maybe just like some sauteed veg or something, but anyway. I like tried to take a picture of it, and the picture looks so fake. Because like I just couldn't get it to look right. So like you can like see like how like I tried to play with the colors. Like the lighting wasn't doing me any favors. Everything looks faded or overexposed simultaneously. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh god, it's so bad. It's also like just pure overcrowding. Like I tried to fit too much on one plate. There's just like way too much going on. No balance whatsoever to the plating. I think I originally, like on the stream, you can see the like little bits of yogurt on the chicken. Because I tried to dollop it on top and it just didn't look right. And I was like, I'm gonna change that. And I tried to like wipe it off. So bad. So bad. But the food was really good. The food was really good. I'm gonna put that in the damn that's good category. So bad on the plating. So bad. Alright, Bahrain. Let's go, Bahrain. I lick things off my food all the time to make it look better on camera. Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot for the rims and stuff, but I just like went too far and like didn't... I do a lot of like little cleanup now, but I've got a little more tactical about it. Or like some dabbing around the edges to like clean the inside edge of like a plate. Definitely some of that, but this is back when I like had no idea, like I was still learning how to take photos, and I learned, this was right before I learned the important lesson to just take the photo after stream. Because I don't have enough lighting around here. I don't have enough like good lighting equipment to get away with taking it at night or like taking it when, you know, there isn't like direct sunlight. And so I just needed to learn that lesson and deal with that. Speaking of which, I still need to post my Spatzel pictures and review those and see if hopefully I got lucky enough that there was enough light outside last night. But this was before I learned that, and this was also back when I was still taking photos like during stream, which just, it doesn't work. It's too much for me. Some people make it work, but I can't do it. I need to think about it. I need to take my time. So I've stopped doing that. All right, Bahrain. What the fuck did I do for Bahrain? Oh, chicken machboos. Oh, this was so fucking good. So, chicken machboos, I have a photo of that. Here's my photo. It was really simple looking, but there was some beautiful, beautiful flavor in this rice. Beautiful. It was so fucking good. Highly recommend giving chicken machboos a shot. Very, 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 very good. Very, very good. Just like, you can see there are like toasted pine nuts in there. It was so good. So good. This is, I'm probably putting this in best of the best. It was just incredible. Highly recommend giving it a shot. Chicken machboos, so good. So good. So good. And let's see if we can find some like better photos of it. But yeah, it's the national dish of Bahrain. Worth giving a try. Very good. You can serve it in a number of different ways. But yeah, like you can see like how simple it looks, but how much actually goes into it. Because you're using the like Baharat spice mix, but so much stuff actually goes into it, and it's just kind of like hidden in like such a plain looking rice. Like a plain looking fried rice. Give it a shot. Machboos, amazing. Alright. Bangladesh is next up. And for this one, we made egg korma, masoor dal, and date lassi. And all of this food was phenomenal. But this was one of those ones where once again I was just like, I can't be taken this was me continuing to learn the lesson that I can't be taking photos during stream. Again, we're talking about one photo, overcrowded. I was really happy with the egg korma. I think it was delicious. It taught me a little bit about like the Middle Eastern style of preparing onions, which was great. Masoor dal is still something I make to this day. I think it's one of my favorite lentil dishes. Estriano, was it you who was asking about lentil dishes? I feel like I saw you asking about lentil dishes in Lemon's Discord. If that was you, Masoor dal is phenomenal. Give it a try. Really good. You usually use red lentils for it. The color will look a little different, and it takes kind of an obscure spice mix. There's like an Indian 5-spice mix that you gotta use, but it's really good. Really good, really simple once you have the ingredients. Would recommend. And date lassi is just kind of like a nice, like a date smoothie. I love dates. I think they're a wonderful, wonderful fruit. And so that was good. So this is like all around great food. Honestly, I might put this. See, this is the problem because most of the food I made was good. Like not because of me, but because like the cuisine of different countries around the world is so good and so unique, and there's so much to learn. And so it like left me in a situation where I pretty much loved like 90% of what I made, and I liked about 5% of the rest of it, and I still kind of thought the other 4% was okay, and then there's like 1% I didn't like. But I think this was all like very good. I think I'm gonna put it in best of the best for now. We might bump that depending, but again, like I just couldn't take a photo to save my life. Dal in general is good. You can totally use other lentils. Don't have to be red. Yeah. And I was like, hey, make this thing you already made. Beam had a good recipe. Yeah, dal in general is great. Yeah. Highly recommend dal. Super easy, very filling, high in protein. It's very good for you. As far as like, I guess they're legumes, right? As far as like legumes go, as far as like what you might consider like a grain, like in the same vein of rice. Like I know it's not, but like lentils are very good because they are lower in carbohydrates, higher in protein. So a good thing to continue to explore. All right, Barbados. Yeah, this is gonna take almost as long as it took to Pulse. What's pulse? What you mean pulse? All right, Barbados. What the fuck did I do for Barbados? Do I have that up here? Is that this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I made pepper pot and yuca fries. The term for the type of food lentils are? For in Indian cooking? Oh, interesting. Okay. Is that like an official term? Pulse? Okay, I'm gonna have to get more specific than that. Pulse food. Pulse are edible dry peas, beans, lentils, and chickpeas. They fall under the legume. Okay, so they're a legume, but that's a more specific term. But the word pulse specifically refers to legumes that are grown and harvested for their dry seed and garnish food. Interesting. Neat. How about that? So how about that? We were both right, but pulse is more right. Neat. Okay, so pepper pot. Pepper pot's a really good recipe. It's solid. Doesn't blow your mind. The yuca fries I baked, and so they were kind of like, alright. They're alright. And I got shit. I got shit from a couple audience members who were like, you baked them, you pussy? But, you know, I still try to eat relatively healthy when I can. And I kind of already knew I was going to be throwing that in the trash in a, if you have a pulse, you're alive or something, I don't know. Exactly. Yeah, I'd say this is like, it's good. It's good. Put that in this country is solid. Belarus. Belarus was fun. Belarus, actually, I remember because somebody we raided last night Titanium Chef. I believe this was the first stream that we really got to know each other. And so, and I made kind of like a breakfast deal that was very good. It was, yeah, olati, which are these like types of pancakes. This is also, so this was like, this stream required recovery. So originally I was doing a kind of like a baked like whole apple, and it got fucked. I left it in, as I do. I get distracted. I left it in too long, and they kind of exploded a little bit. And so I was like, fuck, what do I do? So what I did was I recovered and I turned it into a sort of like apple butter. As you can see here, laid over the top with some powdered sugar. And I think those were like either pecans or walnuts. And then, like those poor carrots you burned, exactly like those poor carrots I burned. Except these were still edible. And so like one of my like bigger earlier clips was me like fucking, I swear to God, every time I was on Chris Hangry's channel and I got shouted out, it was always that clip of me just being like, oh God, oh fuck, help me. It was me pulling up the burnt apples. And so we turned that into an apple butter. It worked out great. The olati were these nice little like thin pancakes. They're quite good. We made potato babka, also quite good. I was still trying to take photos during stream. You can see that's why the lighting is quite weird and the angle is like very close up. Like I feel like that's like the, it could lead to nice photos, absolutely, but the close-up angle is definitely one of those ones that you can use. You often use to like cover up blemishes. Yeah, agreed, Estriana. Like, and that's the thing. Like in cooking, and in life in general, sometimes you're gonna fuck up, and you gotta pivot. And the recovery, like being able to recover, being able to not to lose your cool, which I clearly didn't, but I still made it there. Is a big part of, you know, rolling. You know, you got to roll with the punches. But the potato babka was good. These are just eggs. I just made some eggs. So I'm gonna put this. I'll probably put Belarus in the solid. Like, it's breakfast. It's breakfast. This is an Eastern European breakfast. Belgium. Belgium has left a lasting impression. Belgium might, it's definitely in best of the best. Belgium was one of the richest things I've ever fucking cooked. And I loved it, and there's no way in hell I could eat it regularly. But it was like one of those ones where I ate it, and it was like the fucking like happy chemicals were just like my brain was just like, oh my God. It was an experience for me. So for Belgium, we made a cannibal toast, which is a kind of like Belgian steak tartare. We made homemade pommes frites. We did homemade mayonnaise. And I also deep fried a piece of bread. Because I was going to, let's see, here we go. Here it is. All right. And I had some scotch. And I also had some scotch. So it was just like rich and delicious, and the steak cannibal was amazing. It was so good. I served it with a raw egg. It was beautiful. There's the deep fried bread. It's like all golden. It was so good. It was so good. And like as I'm eating it, I'm like, if I ate this more than once every like 3 years, my heart would explode. And then I kept eating. But like in the middle of the stream, one of the chatters was just like, "Hey, you got some bread? Why don't you try deep frying it?" Yeah, I got little gherkins. So these were actually mixed into the steak cannibal. It was so good. It was so good. It was a great meal. Also, you can see my outlet in the background. This is how you know it's good photography work. My internet outlet. But it was fantastic. It was really fucking good. Highly recommend. If, you know, doing fried stuff, like I guess like for me, doing fried stuff is a pain in the butt, but I don't find it to be, I don't know, I feel like people equate more trouble to it than it often has to be. I've never really had a hard time like doing deep frying. I've also done it a fair amount at this point, but Doing homemade fries is great. Having fresh homemade fries is really good. And just if you can only make this, I would recommend giving it a go. If you can eat like if you eat meat in general, like I would recommend giving steak and bowl a go, or just like steak tartare in general. You got to get yourself a really high quality piece of meat, like that's what it's about. But would recommend. And then if you want to feel like you're in Mad Men, get yourself a glass of scotch. Get yourself a nice glass of scotch. All right. What's next? Belize. What did I do for Belize? Oh. I feel so bad for the Belizean abuelas. I felt so bad. I even like left an apology on my Twitter. I was like, I'm sorry. So this is the first time I ever tried to make homemade tortillas, and I couldn't get them thin enough. And then I also like stupidly was taking too many notes from somebody else on the stream as far as like taking a picture, because I was frustrated that the tortillas didn't turn out well. I made a cochinita pibil and homemade tortillas, and the cochinita pibil was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. But I like took too many notes, and like they like create a flower out of the tortillas, and it just like didn't look good. So I like did a close up, and I like kind of covered it up because the cochinita pibil, like I went too heavy on the garnish, and I like took too many notes. And this was like one of those streamer moments where I was just like, all right, I'm not listening to my audience really anymore. Like I'm becoming confident in my own work. I realize I have a better opinion in a lot of cases. I'll still take an occasional suggestion, but I'm pumping the brakes here. Yeah, exactly. You can't see it at all. And so since you can't see it here, let me bring up a picture of cochinita pibil. It's delicious. It's amazing. Highly recommend. That part turned out great. It's just like a nice like slow braise.
Drink water, you
It's
dehydrated
amazing.
bitch!
But this was one of those moments where I was just like, I'm following my own. I'm following my own path here. Estriana, thank you for the hydrate. But it's still really good. I want to do tortillas again. I've debated getting a tortilla press. I almost bought one when I was in Pike Place Market a while ago. I don't do it enough, so I feel like it's not worth having that unitasker piece of equipment. And so I want to do tortillas again at some point and give it another go, because I feel like I can probably do it better. I can definitely do it better, but I was very frustrated with how the tortillas turned out. They still tasted good. They just were, it was basically akin to like tortilla naan. That's kind of the texture it had. So I think I'm going to put this in the Nishin Can't Cook category. It tasted good. It tasted good. Yo, what's up, Izzy? Yeah, we had a channel rebranding. I'm still going by Nishin generally, but Lemon suggested Cursed Kitchen, and it seemed like it felt like a good fit. It felt like a good fit. But welcome in, Izzy. I hope you were doing well today. We're just talking about my cooking failures. And some of the recipes we made along the way. We're having a good weekend so far, at least a good Friday so far. But yeah, like it tasted good, but congrats on the revamp. I think it fits. Oh, thank you. Happy National Donut Day. Hell yeah, happy National Donut Day. I have not personally had any donuts, but I've seen some delicious donuts, and I've been very, very jealous. Instead, I've eaten a lot of Spatzel. I had a lot of Spatzel earlier. But yeah, I think Belize. I think everything I put in here. So y'all have asked me about like what I'm gonna do when we finish, right? And I think we'll revisit some of these countries, and we'll definitely at least like revisit the countries in this Nishin Can't Cook category. I think we'll at least do that. But moving on, next up we got Benin. So Benin was really good. Benin was really good. We made like a caramelized banana that I turned into a banana split, which was quite good. It was like this caramelized in like, we caramelized them and like infused them with a bunch of like citrus, so they were like very orangey, and they were quite good. And then I served it with some ice cream on top, because why not? And then I think I had like a homemade like blueberry syrup of some kind, because I made it for like a cooking video. I think it was for like a VTuber cooking video I did when I was still doing those. And so I kind of turned it into a dessert, but it was really good. And then we also made a peanut stew, which you can see I served with cauliflower rice because himbo. But this is also very good. This is also very, very good. What was the specific? I can't remember the exact name for it. Let's see, did I put it here? Like sometimes I try translating the names for recipes because they don't like really mean much to most people. And then of course like I immediately forget it. Ah, yeah, okay, so I made it with a blueberry syrup. Yeah. But yeah, which one was the bad lamb one? Which Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, and the recipe was peaty. This hot mess. I think you could do something with it. I think again, like the quality of my lamb was a big problem, and the equipment I was using also didn't help. But it's also just not a super exciting dish. Mint and lamb do go well together, so on the surface it should be decent. But I think this will be a country we end up revisiting. We'll either try to remake PD at some point, and we'll probably do something else from Azerbaijan. But this was a big old fail. Yeah, Benin I'll put in the, like, it was solid. It was solid. It was a solid country. What's up with lamb quality where you are? The problem is in the US in particular, the lamb is like very, very gamey. It's super gamey, and especially where I'm at. So you have to like use it in specific ways. So like for the soup, it just made it like this very gamey tasting broth, and just like made it super pronounced, and so like overwhelmed all of the other flavors. So it's not like that the like, I guess like saying the quality is bad. Where does it come from? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. There might be like local farms, but I've noticed that in the US for whatever reason, the lamb we get tends to be gamier, and I don't know if that's like because that's what restaurants ask for, or that's just what like the breed of lamb they use. But that's kind of where it ends up at. Alright, Bhutan. Bhutan. What did we make for Bhutan? What did I make for Bhutan? Oh, right. So this I made, it was like a vegetarian, like curry cheese kind of deal called emadachi. And I think this is like, I'm like getting slightly, vaguely better at taking photos finally. This one tasted pretty weird. It wasn't bad, but it tasted kind of weird. The cucumber salad was nice, but this one just like something didn't feel right. Maybe it was like it was probably the way I prepared it, but something about like the ingredients in it. Here we go. I've been meaning to make this. It's an FF14. Yeah. So like it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But yeah, just like the amount of cheese. I think I can't remember if I used feta. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Didn't blow my mind. Wasn't bad. Frankly, I'd probably eat something else. I'd probably pass on it if I had to go again. It's very much got that like feeling of like, it's got that feeling of like a nomadic group that has a lot of like goat cheese and things like that on hand, and they turn that into a soup. That's sort of what it, like the vibe it felt, it gave off. Which if I have only have a vague recollection of the origins for it, but I think that is actually like kind of the case for the dish. Yeah, it's originally made with yak cheese. Yeah, with a kind of yak cheese called dachi. So I think I'm gonna put that, frankly, in the I'd rather stay hungry. Like, it wasn't bad, but hold on. Where's Bosnia? Oh, Bosnia. Okay, there we go. I was making sure I wasn't missing it. All right, Bolivia. Bolivia. Let's go, Bolivia. Oh. All right, well, this is a picture from stream. I think I have a better picture around. I definitely have a better picture around. You can see the, we weren't even affiliate at this point. We were in the B's, we weren't even an affiliate. We were still working on our Vegemite pie redeem. Man, boy, oh boy, was that fun. Let me see if I can pull up a better picture here. Yep, the old Vegemite pie. I think I might have it in here. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's in Discord. Yeah, here we go. So, Discord. Here's the saisei. I just served it with some like roasted potatoes. This is good. I thought you said in the bees. This dish definitely a bee quality one. Recipe with bees would be interesting. It would be. Yeah, I'm not gonna linger on this one too much. It wasn't bad. Not amazing. Wasn't bad. I also made lahua. Yahua? Oh, right. There's like a Bolivian salsa. Yeah, I remember that one too. That's pretty good. Again, like not mind blown. I'd eat bees. I'd probably give bees a shot too. All right, Bosnia. Let's see. I don't know if I have like any good photos for Bosnia. But I made like kefta. I made Bosnian, like roasted veg and some other stuff. I also made these like sugar poached and stuffed apples, and they were quite good. These were quite good. Not a lot to say here, but these were very good dessert. A little too sweet for my taste. I used tart apples, but I think like the sugar poaching was just like it's a tad too much for me. You can see in the background I had some like leftover coffee, and I was like, whipped cream, coffee, let's go. Those look sus. I don't know what you're talking about. What about these look sus? Are you just... No. How could you think that? Making fun of my app bussy. My beautiful app bussy. My sugar poached app bussies. Yeah, this is good. This is solid. This is a solid one. Yeah, I'll put that in the solid category. Julie, they look good. I thought pears instead of apples. Honestly, Estriana, I sort of thought the same thing at first. I was like, are these pears? No, they're apples. They're apples. Botswana. So Botswana, I know I made like a kind of steak that I served with like veg and stuff. Here's another like not eaten photo. It was kind of served with like a spinach, like sauteed spinach. What's the soup thing I said that was like, is that okay? And then I made it worse. I know I know exactly the moment you're talking about, but I can't remember for the life of me. In your stream today, I was like, all of my meetings got canceled, and I was like, usually I'd be working until like 5, you know, as per usual. But I was like, if I like put my nose to the grindstone, I can be out of here by like 1, and I can get all my shit done. And so I was just like, work over, and got it all done so I could do some errands. But this was good. This is good. Like the steak, like I did a decent job cooking the steak. Let me see. Do I have like the recipe saved? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I did like a sauteed spinach thing, and then marinated. Okay, that website doesn't exist anymore. All right. All right. So yeah, I did this like sauteed spinach dish. That had just like bell peppers, spinach leaves, chili powder. It was pretty simple, but it's good. I'll put this, and then not bad. Not bad. Alright, next up is Brazil. And with Brazil, we made feijoada. And I think we made like another side salsa. And feijoada is great. Again, cauliflower rice, because, you know. I'd say like this one is like, it was like a nice like complex spiciness. Like I've never made a dish from South America that I've been disappointed in. There was like another dish that like my Brazilian friend was trying to get me to make, and I didn't end up making it. I can't fucking remember for the life of me. Like Brazil. Is it this one? The like black bean stew dish? No, that's not it. Dishes. Maybe it was just feijoada. Yeah, it was very good. Very, very good. I feel like he was telling me something else, though. Yeah, maybe it was feijoada. Alright. Yeah, feijoada, solid. Probably in the damn that's good category. Yeah. Alright, next up is Brunei. Oh, Brunei. So Brunei, I made a dessert called Getuk Lindri, which the final product looked a lot like Play-Doh. It was kind of like in like this weird shortbread sweet kind of category, where basically what you did was you like made this kind of like coconut shortbread sort of deal, and then you cut it into strips, and then you like layered the strips. And I did that very ineffectually, as you can see, and it just kind of looks like strings of Play-Doh with like coconut on top. And so like it tasted okay. It was pretty plain. On the other hand, the bamboo chicken was fucking 10 out of 10. Real good. Real good. This one, it was probably the right amount of sweetness. I just needed to work on the technique. My technique was just bad. But the bamboo chicken was great. So I'll put Brunei in this country's, I think. Did you good on bamboo? No, originally it was like what you would do to make, and why it's called bamboo chicken. It's sort of like at the end of the day just like a spiced grilled chicken, but the reason it's traditionally called bamboo chicken is because what they would do is they would take hollowed out bamboo and they would cram the bamboo with all of the chicken and a bunch of other spices, right? And then they would close it off and they would put that in the fire. Let me see if I can find like a video. But that's why it's actually called bamboo chicken. So bamboo doesn't actually go in the dish, it's cooked in. Let's see. See if this clip does it justice. Yeah, here we go. So they take bamboo and they take this like marinated chicken and they just dunk it in there. And unfortunately, as I mentioned on that stream, I can't, you know, I can't take bamboo and start a big fire in the middle of my apartment. So, but it was still very good. It's still very, very good. All right. See, Bulgaria. What do you got for me, Bulgaria? What the fuck did I make for Bulgaria? Man, what the fuck did I make for Bulgaria? See, do I have it posted on here? Let's see, let's look it up. Bulgaria? Oh, mishmash and... Oh, that's right. Okay. That's right. You could just probably get kicked out. True. So for Bulgaria... Oh, I forgot to mention... what stream was it? Let me see if I can bring it up. Well, I won't bring up the actual picture. For the Apple one that we were just looking at, that was where, you know how I have a metal bowl and then a couple of glass bowls? You may or may not have noticed that. That was the stream where when I was making the sugar poached apples, I dropped that bowl and it just fucking shattered like safety glass all over my kitchen midstream. And there's like pictures of my like feet all cut up and like filled with glass. And I had to like Die Hard style like climb over, like acrobat climb over the glass to try and clean it up. So that is why I have a metal bowl as a replacement. And I'm going strictly metal from here on, because your boy is clumsy. But here's what we made for Bulgaria. Patadnik. It was a kind of like... I guess like what... I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was like mostly onion and potato in there. It's like patadnik, but... Yeah, it's like a potato pie. And I think it turned out really well. It's super simple, but it was really nice. Like the crust was like nice and flaky. I think it turned out quite good. Yeah, okay, so it's like feta, egg, and onion and potato in there. With a little like salt and pepper. Like simple tasting, but it was nice. It was nice. Yeah, pie-tato. Yeah, it was a pie-tato. But yeah, this one was good. This is another. I'll put this in the not bad. I think it was enjoyable. It didn't blow my mind. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And I think like it photographed decently well. All right, Burkina Faso. So I was already. The decision was made for me with this one when I learned that one of the most popular drinks in the country is called Zoom Koom. I searched your name for the message you said after I said the silly sentence and found it in the VOD. Nice. I'm always there. I'm always there. Ready to make things worse in your stream. So, I found out one of the national beverages for Burkina Faso is called Zoom Koom. To say that St. Patty's Day, not St. Patty's Day. Patty with two D's. So I made Zoom Koom, which is actually really good. It was quite good. Yeah, Patty with the double D. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for those double Ds. And Zoom Koom was good. I also made something else that I'm blanking on. What else did I make for Burkina Faso? I know I have a picture of it. Where that picture is, though. Is it around here? Ah, here it is. Yeah, okay, I made fat rice. That's right. I made fat rice and I just made like a side of green beans. This was quite good. There's actually like chicken in the rice itself. It's quite good. But yeah, the Zoom Koom was what I was the most excited about. And it was nice. It was like a really, really nice like summer drink. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was nice and pineapple-y and light and refreshing. It paired well with the very heavy fat rice. Did it zoom and coom to your liking? It did. It did. And as you can see, it kind of looks like... I don't think this is false advertising here. I don't think this is false advertising here. Zoom coom. It was exactly what I was hoping it would look like. It was all that and more. Milk, yeah, it looks like milk. Yeah. Burkina Faso is good. It's good. I'm gonna put that in the solid category. You know what? I'll put it in up. Zoom coom. I'll put it in Zoom coom. Zoom coom gets it a bump up to this country is solid. Next up is Burundi. Burundi was an interesting one. Burundi was an interesting one. I made a simple. It's called like nehoado. Oh, what the hell was it? There was like a fish dish, a very simple fish dish. Burundi is one of those like very, very poor countries that have just been destroyed by colonialism. And I made, it was just like a nice fish dish with a very simple like marinade to it. Now, let me see if I can find the exact name again. But this is quite good. But the thing that I really liked was called date and banana mix. It was basically like a date and banana cake where you create this very thick layer of dough on the bottom. You put dates and bananas in the center for moisture, and then you put another layer on top. And it was simple. It's meant to be eaten with the hands, and it was actually really good. It's very good. Partially again because I like dates, but I think like given the resources on hand, is very impressive. It's a very impressive dish to pull out. Alright, I can't find the name of the fish dish. Let's see, maybe I have it saved. Well, it is what it is. But here is the mix. There's a little brown sugar on top. Again, I can't photo to save my life at this point. And then here it is, kind of like set up on a plate. I feel like I have a nicer photo somewhere, but I have no idea where it is. Maybe it's in Discord. Oh, here's when I was doing my candy prep for the tarantula chocolate. That old gem of a time. The old tarantula chocolate arc. The old tarantula chocolate arc. Here's me at the end of my wits, testing out pickle chocolate. Oh, what a time that was. This was actually legit. The chocolates I made for the test round were much worse than the tarantula chocolate. Yeah. That sure was a time. That sure was a time. I made this nice avocado salad. This is actually good. This is completely off topic, but if you're looking for a light summer dish, check out Walks of Life avocado tofu salad. Super light, refreshing, highly recommend. And very healthy. Okay, here's another picture of the patatnik. There's the zoom come again. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So here's the date mix. And there was like a name for it. It's like something like behoada or something for the specific fish, but yeah, no, not too bad, not too bad. I would say for Burundi, yeah, I'll put it in the not bad. I'll put it in the not bad. Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. For this, I made kejinoa and fried fufu. So again, I mentioned earlier fufu, which is kind of like a cornmeal mash. This time we fried it into these kind of like little meatball things. You can see here I also was fucking way too much with the saturation and contrast. And the chicken looks very weird. But this one was like, it was alright. It was alright. Frankly, I'd probably skip this one in the future. Like, it just kind of tasted like chicken stuff. It's not, well, man, I'd rather stay hungry or get something else, I think. It was okay. It was fine. It wasn't inedible, but... Alright, Cabo Verde. Fucking motherfucking Cabo Verde. This one was fun. So for Cabo Verde, I made flan. Cabo Verde, very heavily influenced by a number of places, Portugal being chief among them. And I was really, really happy with how my first attempt at flan turned out. I think it turned out beautifully. I still couldn't take a photo to save my life, but I think the flan is good enough looking that it made up for that. This is probably going to be up there in the best of the best. I think I made something else for it as well. I'm pretty sure I made something else for Cabo Verde. But I'm blanking on what that is. Oh, I made jagacita, which was kind of like a red beans and rice dish, which it doesn't look pretty. But I love gumbo. I love Creole food in general. I love red beans and rice. I think Creole food is phenomenal. And this had that kind of same vibe. So I was very hot on it. So I think that I'm putting this in the best of the best. Partially because of my own, like, success. But also just because it's very good food. And then actually, Ricochet was asking me about this. What I made for Cambodia. For Cambodia, I made a muk, which I think is kind of the classic. And then I made like a mango salad, a green mango salad. Both were quite good. Usually, like, I've talked about it, I'm not amazingly into fish, but I was very happy with this. The muk was quite good. The salad was quite good. It was very nice and refreshing. As you can see, it was very sunny out. And baby Nishin doesn't handle heat, so this is a good meal for that time period. So I'm putting that solidly in the damn that's good category. I think already you can see, like, how, kind of reiterating what I was talking about before, it's very top heavy. One of the most important things I've learned about this is, one, how little I know. It's always good to have that reminder. It's always good to be humbled when you're looking at things, because it's very easy to feel like you have a lot of expertise in an area that you've been working in for a long time. But just because you've been working in it for a long time does not mean that you have anywhere near complete knowledge. And going through and doing this has taught me that about cooking, like where I have big gaps in my knowledge. And also it's taught me, like, how interesting and how good the food is in a million places I've never heard of. You just reminded me of something I thought of today. What's that? Is this camera on? Yeah. So Cameroon, we made suya, which is a kind of like kebab style meat. It had like crushed up peanuts that you coated on it. That's why you can see it's kind of got like a textured look to it. And then we made a kind of African tamale called koki corn. And it was quite good. It's quite good. This is my first time making like anything tamale-esque, and I was very happy with how it turned out. I wish I'd taken separate pictures of this, but I did not. Maybe that'll be something worth revisiting. But this was very good. It's a very simple skewer dish. nothing too complicated about it. I'll probably put this in this country as solid. Didn't like, not crazy. And I think we have hit Canada. Canadians in the chat, rise up. And Canada was a really fun stream. It was one of my longest streams because I was very ambitious. I think I made another dish that I didn't get a photo of, but I made butter tarts and I made tortillere. And I think both of them, all things considered, there's a lot of fuck it, we'll do it live going on this stream. And a fair amount of frustration, because I think at the end of the day, it was like an 8 or 9 hour stream. It was a really long stream. And I was getting real tired by the end of it. But I think they both turned out very well. And I learned about tortillere, which I love. I was really happy with the tortillere, just in general. Like, definitely my crust needed work. It's overcooked around the edges, you can see here. I think the filling I got right. I was actually like, the pattern was very fuck it, but I think it looks kind of nice. I wish there was a little bit more, it was a little more pronounced in this upper area. But I think overall it was quite good, and the butter tarts were quite good. Butter tarts especially, like, very much, I like raisins, I like the kind of like oatmeal raisin cookie flavor profile, and they've kind of got that. So I was really, really happy with that. Definitely gonna make tortillere again. Definitely gonna make butter tarts again. I'd say I'd put Canada probably in the damn. That's good. Damn, that's good. It was very surprising. I think I could do better, and maybe that would bump it up. It's a little too close to a lot of things I already know and I'm familiar with, and that also kind of drops it down a little bit. So maybe it's like a familiarity thing, but I think tortillere was like very interesting, and it was a fun thing to do and to like push myself with as far as like homemade pie crust and all that kind of stuff. I watched a YouTube essay about how a white dude in the US hated American breakfast and why, and then went on this international food journey and breakfast talking about how mind blown about how good the food is. Like the humility you were talking about, because at the end it seemed very hollow. Like it felt like they had no, like they were just doing it to like give appearances, kind of like the same way like people will talk about, like, I don't know, being a weeb Japan is the first thing that comes to mind, where they kind of like ignore like, hey, I grew up with America and I went outside my comfort zone, aren't you proud? Oh, okay, yeah. I feel that. Like, for me too, like, I still like diner food a lot. And, like, I don't, like, yeah, I don't, it's very, like, standard white, like, upper-class liberal. It's very performative, very aesthetics-driven, that kind of behavior. And, like, good for you. Like, it's the same as, like, going to a protest just to say you've gone to a protest without actually, like you're gonna be sitting on the sideline, or you show up there for like 5 minutes to check it out just so you can be like, I did something. It's like, no, you really didn't. Or like putting up like a you know, putting up a pride flag and then voting for policies that negatively impact, you know, sexual minorities, right? Like, you put on the aesthetics without actually believing in the aesthetics you're espousing. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, for me, it's a way for me to explore, because I like recognize, like, I have very limited exposure to a lot of things, and I'm hoping that through my journey and my, like, failings, that other people can learn about other things. Hey, not everyone can be told they're more cultured than someone thought, considering where they're from, like me. It's true. It's true. It's weird to have this perspective that a person is surprised food they weren't raised on. Actually like it. Like, why are you surprised? Did you think it was bad before? Yeah, that too. That too. It's got that same attitude as like a kid It's got the same attitude as like a kid who's like, wait, food besides chicken nuggies is good? Whoa! It's like, yeah, idiot. Yes. It's like, I'm not impressed by your lack of, like, worldliness, I guess. And, like, you... you enjoying miso soup, or you, like... I don't know, enjoying any number of breakfast foods isn't impressive. Yeah. Like, oh, I tried blintzes and it blew my mind. I mean, I ate blintzes and I love them, but, like... no. I wasn't surprised that I liked them. Yeah, I get that. There's a lot of that kind of attitude going around. It's a complicated conversation to have, but it's tied into appearances in a lot of cases. It's tied into, it's sort of like the same. It's tied to a similar place that people who are like who are centrist and claim that they like some left-leaning policies and some right-leaning policies, but really when you hear that, the truth is they are conservative because they do not actually support change. They're fine with the status quo. It's kind of like a similar attitude to that, like a very like cultural imperialist attitude. All right, Central African Republic. I have no idea. I don't even remember what I cooked for this. I vaguely remember it. Oh, right. Here we go. So Conda, which were these like pumpkin seed and beef meatballs, where I like ground up pumpkin seed into a sort of like flour almost. It was interesting. It's not my jam. It was interesting, but not really my jam. It didn't taste bad, but I would much rather use those ingredients to do something else. It's the mind-blowedness that confusing. Like, millions of people eat food you've never heard of, and it's good. Even if you don't eat it, a tree falling in the woods on good food still falls. Even if that American dude didn't taste it, yeah. Doesn't need his observation that it's good to be good. Yeah. And like I can understand it from like enthusiastically like exploring a new country, but like the whole like wow, yeah, the this is actually good attitude is like, why would this actually be good? It's not from Denny's. It's just like, bruh. So it's a little bit, it's a bruh moment. It's a bruh moment. All right, Central African Republic. I'm gonna. I think I'd rather stay hungry, to be honest. I think I'd rather stay hungry. I think the point that is annoying you about it is just the presumption. It seems like the point you're trying to convey is just like the presumption that they would have a negative experience outside of their own culture. And it ties back sometimes it's just ignorance. Sometimes it ties back to the like cultural hierarchy that people seem to, they get taught and then they carry forward, or they just kind of like learn through like osmosis, or they even like actively choose, where they're like, you hear it a lot. It was especially I mean, it's common with America, the cultural imperialism, but it's like the British archaeology, we must protect the art from the savages kind of things. Look, these savages actually made something that's pretty. We must protect it from the creators because we know what's best. Like, there are tinges of that to it. It's very centering. The Western palate is the only thing that's good, I think is what it is. Yeah. Alright, Chad. What the fuck did I make for Chad? Ah, okay. Darba stew. This was good. This is like a peanut stew. Again, I did that technique. It was simple. I think it's got like spinach in it. I think that's what the green is. Let me look it up again. These savages can't appreciate these antiquities they made. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like a peanut stew. I like peanuts. I like peanut stew. This is a solid one. I'd say it was not bad. Oh yeah, there's butternut squash in there too. This was a good, not bad, a good, not bad version of it. The spinach I wasn't like huge into. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Chile. This is the best of the best. Chile is the best of the best. Chile was fucking good. It's fucking good. That's not the vibe I get from your journey. I'm contrasting your experience with a more shallow one. I'm glad that's showing through, I guess. I'm trying to like... I try really, really hard to be... To intentionally pick things that are new to me. Not just because, like, I see them as inherently good or bad, but because I want to experience new things. I'm like, there's clearly... Like, the reason things are national dishes are because a huge amount of people enjoy them. And just because I enjoy them doesn't mean everybody has to, and just because I don't enjoy them doesn't mean they're bad. That's kind of what I was trying to say with, like, the PD earlier. Like, I feel like that could be good, even if I very much didn't enjoy it. And I try to, like, even in the framing here, with, like, the ones I don't like, I know this still reads negative, and it's supposed to, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, this is shit. Because it's probably not. I probably just did it wrong. I don't have the right ingredients. I don't have the right, like, experience or knowledge. And maybe it's just not to my palate. Maybe it just doesn't fit my palate. But, like, I've been very lucky in that I've had a lot of exposure to different foods from different backgrounds. Like, I've talked about it before where I've had, like, Cantonese friends growing up. I've had more, like, inland Chinese friends. I've had friends from Brazil. I've had friends from the Middle East. Like, I've been very fortunate in, like, my exposure to different cultures. And I think that had, like, even if the exposures were limited in degree, like, it made it very clear to me that, like, middle American food ain't the only thing out there, and it's not the only good thing out there. And in fact, a lot of the time it can be pretty boring. I think there are lots of great American dishes. I'm not going to shit on America as a whole. I'm not going to do the reverse where I try to pretend like, oh, American food is so bad. It's so boring and plain, and there's nothing of value to it. Because I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. And I think that in and itself, like, having that attitude also can be very performative. And so, like, but I also see that there are, like, plenty of dishes in the world that are worth giving a go. And there's, like, a reason that they exist. Yeah, it's like, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's too good? Yeah, I mean, like, I think one of the beautiful things about North America in general, and just the Americas in general, like, you just have to look, like, the Americans more broadly, like, you just have to look at the huge cultural impact that the New World foods have had on literally every cuisine. Like, the introduction, like, you look around the world and you see everything has tomatoes, everything has peppers in it, like, the huge impact it has had more broadly. And if you look at that and you think it's bad, and then, like, that's getting a little bit more historical than, like the United States in particular. But like, even if you get into that more granular level, there are tons of American dishes, and it's allowed for a lot of, like, really interesting cultural fusion. Like, right now, like, there's a big wave of, like, Korean fusion, and you're seeing, like, appropriation and food appropriation on both sides, or appreciation, or however you want to phrase it. Where, like, in Korea, you're seeing all of these, like, Americanized street foods where it's like egg toast and egg burgers and cheese this and cheese that, right? And then on the American side, you're seeing interesting combinations of, like, California style, like, mission style burritos with, like, Korean dishes. And you see that with, like, all sorts of things. It could feed a strong personality. The culture of America really shows in the food, and I mean that positively. Yeah, like, it's a very in-your-face kind of food. Like, a lot of it, very strong flavors, very pronounced flavors, but it's usually like one big punch, which is very American, I feel. Like you don't have a lot of like complex inner workings a lot of the time. I mean, those obviously exist, but like you look at American food and there's like it's like one big pronounced main flavor in a lot of it. And I think that holds true like both of like the United States, and I think that holds true like you see that in Canada and you also see that in Mexico. Did we get a rebrand or something? Something feels different. We did get a rebrand. We did get a rebrand. I'm still going by Nishin, but this is now my cursed kitchen. Welcome in. Welcome in, Big Kettle Boy. Hope you're doing well today. Right now we're just talking about like North American food and its like cultural impact. In fact, like I'm trying to like, and you're right, like it being in your face and it being you're right about this. Like people only think of burgers and chicken nuggets, but there's a lot of different things. It's always been his cursed kitchen. This is, I cannot deny that. You are absolutely right. It has always been my cursed kitchen. But like even things like apple pie is great. It's super simple. Oh wait, I was thinking of apple pie and then I typed in pie. Most American recipes. Apple pie is great. You see a lot of like I think chili is really good. Personally, I'm a big fan of chili, though I get like, and that's one of those foods that like we borrowed a lot from South America. Our style of barbecue is very good. Burgers are all over the place. Chocolate chip cookies, amazing. Tater tot casserole, I won't go quite to bat for it the same degree, but it's not bad. Mac and cheese, there's been a form of mac and cheese, but there's a very specific like American kind. Yeah, Philly cheesesteaks, key lime pie is great. And like we get real cursed with it. We get cursed with it in the best way with our deep fried fucking Oreos and shit. Yeah. Like long story short, like I think like the important point, tater tot casserole definitely is true. It's got that hot dish personality. I don't hate I love tater tots. I love tater tots. In fact, the Baka Bak KFC bowl of shame was fucking good and it had tater tots in it. But I think long story short, it's like it's not about what country is best. It's that there are so many great countries with great food. Put Canada in A tier, good. Don't piss us off. How's that? How's that doing for you, Big Kettle Boy? How's that? Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I just went on a nice story about how I had a bunch of lovely Canadians helping me out, teaching me things. No. It was very good though. I made tortilla, I made butter tarts. They were quite good. And I learned a lot that stream. Other things are just I'm food, eat me or get out. Yeah, like even put us back up there. I don't know. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know, Big Kettle Boy. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna do for me, huh? Thank you. Sorry for passive aggressive kettle. I mean, my feelings on it don't actually change no matter where it is on the fucking tier list. I do so many things for that Baka Bak bowl right now. Hey, maybe, Machi, if you ever want to give a collab cooking stream a chance, I already did one with fucking Camel. If I can handle it with Camel, I can do it with anybody. Come with more cursed fruit for you to make. I'm already making Rilk on Sunday. What more can you do to me? What else do you have in the tank that could be worse than that? Is there anything? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what's worse than Rilk. Honestly, that's one of the worst things I've ever fucking heard. Camel's cool, people, but so chaotic. Yeah, well, I love streaming with Camel. It's a lot of fun streaming with Camel. But Jesus, like but like watching his stream, I usually have to like put on something else. I sure want to test those waters. I'll be good. So on Sunday, we got originally a redeem for a cumin cream pie from Taj, another viewer. And so I'm going to be making kind of a cursed version, and I think like a good version. I'm going to be pre-making the pie dough for that, or the pie crust for that, probably tomorrow. But I'm going to be making that. And now, as of Saturday, Hungry Matcha redeemed Ranch Royal Milk Tea. So, I get to make that. Rilk is not root beer. Rilk is a ranch. God, I hate my life. Fucking hate it. Oh, looks like I've got to update my my shout-out thing. My shout-out thing ain't working anymore either. I thought I'd updated everything. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Maybe I can change this really quick. All right, let's do another test. I'm just going to slightly alter. There we go. The URL. Let's give it another go. You said you hated food waste?
But okay. He's like, yeah. You want to use me as a human chair? I'm like, I don't want to put my vagina in your COVID, thank you.
All right, good. We're working again. Yeah, that's. I really hate food waste. I really hate wasting powdered fucking ranch mix. It's really so terrible. Oh, I hate my life so much sometimes. All right, where were we at? Chile. So throw it away? No. I keep trying to give it to people. Even my like white ass parents are like, nah. What I really need to do is just leave it in my apartment building hallway. That's what I need to do. Alright, Chile. So let me pull up Chile. Chile, I made this chasarero chileno, which is this type of like sandwich with like green beans and like a marinated steak. Oh, it was so good. It was so fucking good. It was so fucking good. It was one of the best sandwiches I've had. It was so good. Had these nice like heirloom tomatoes. The green beans threw me for a loop. I was like, that's the weirdest fucking thing, but they worked. They worked. They fucking worked. They were like cooked long enough that they just kind of like almost provided like you can see there's like, I think it was like mayo. Might have just been mayo. But there was like this like nice creamy texture to it. Fuck, it was so good. Definitely best of the best. Definitely best of the best. Highly recommend making this sandwich if you get a chance. Very good. Very, very, very good. As always, South America never disappoints. Have not had a single South American recipe that has left me with a negative impression. Fucking fantastic. China. China was a fun one. China, I fucked around a little bit. So China, I made chashu. I made scallion pancakes, and then I made like an eggplant dish. Let me see, what was the eggplant dish again? Here it is. Yuxiang, like Sichuan eggplant. It was very good. It was very good. I had to take this picture live, so you can see like the quality is like much worse. Though the chashu picture isn't great either. Still working on my food photography at this point. Still am. But the chashu was beautiful. I was really happy with how the chashu turned out. Widget actually used a recipe from Made with Lao, and I did the same. I think he used like a different kind of. He made like chashu ribs or something. But anyway, these were beautiful. Very, very happy with it. But for the scallion pancakes turned out pretty good too. But I also was fucking around. So at one point during the stream, I was rolling out the scallion pancakes, and one of them kind of looked like a Ditto, like the Pokemon Ditto. And so stream asked me to dye it purple, and I had a bunch of food dye on hand. So I tried dyeing one of them. There was indeed the blue ones. There was also this one, which looked like toothpaste. It looks like Aquafresh toothpaste. Where I tried to combine... This was the Ditto pancake. And I tried to combine red and purple dye. And it just kind of looks like toothpaste. But it actually tasted really good. It tasted really, really good. I mean, you know, no, you hate it? Well, here's the blue one. Hey, look, sock action. Look at that. I can't remember if I have, like, finished pictures of it. Did it just kill me? This is... See, Lemon. You know... As a white man, I just know how to make scallion pancakes better than Chinese people, so you're just gonna have to grow to accept that. Sorry. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I can shoot it now. Ugh. Ugh. Felt so dirty saying that. Felt so dirty. I'm clipping this. Fuck no! Don't do it. No! I've worked so hard. Oh, also I made this for Chile's. Pebre was good. It was good. It's another salsa. I think I've got pictures somewhere of the chassis. I'll do the canceling. I'm gonna fuck you guys. No! I mean, I'm not. I mean, I can do it better.
Listen, when you go to sleep tonight, you're gonna get the message you can't sleep when there are enemies nearby.
True. 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 I'm gonna wake up and, like, Lemon's just gonna be, like, fucking peeking over the, like, fucking, like, window. You have to cry and say you're going to spend time fighting yourself. Guys, I'm so sorry. I just, you know... I know that, you know, I've said some things on this channel, and I regret those things, but, you know, I've got a lot of growing to do, and I feel like I've done that. You've taught me a lot these past 20 seconds, and I've learned so much. I've learned so much. Needless to say, I'm still gonna monetize this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and the bell as well. I'll be doing a live stream, so save up that money for those super chats. You gotta work on your fake crying. Oh, I can, like, if I'm actually trying, I can actually get myself to cry. If I really wanted to. Do Cordman fake crying. I don't know what Cordman fake crying is. I'm sure why you inserted the white part when that's the most obvious part of the clip. As a straight white male, I can make them their scallion pancakes. So good. What the fuck that was? What is do Courtman fake crying? What is Courtman fake crying? You wonder what the fuck that was? Welcome in, Brenty. Nice. Sorry, guys. The thing is, like, I don't really cry that way.
Raid.
So I'd have
Shadow
to...
Legends TM is an immersive online experience with everything you'd expect from a brand new RPG title. It's got an amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of never-before-seen champions to collect and customize.
Well, I don't know. In his case, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Your Mitch McConnell impression is way too on point. Yeah. Did we finish the tier list? We aren't even fucking close. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. So China, needless to say, China was great. China's one of those countries I could literally have spent the entire last year just doing China and then some. China was fantastic. I think my chassis needs work. I think I could have improved it a little bit better. My scallion pancakes, I need more practice to get them like... Well, I think they turned out well, but I think I still need some practice to improve upon them. I think the eggplant dish was good. It was something I hadn't made before, like stir fry wise, like that specific style. And it was good. Didn't like blow my mind. I want to put this in best of the best just because I fucking love Chinese food in general. But I think like really I want to put it in like niching, like even though things turned out well, it's one of those things where like things turned out well, but I see so much room for improvement. That I want to put it in niching can't cook.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Because I feel like there's more I could do. There's a lot of little things I can improve on, and some big things I can improve
Try
on.
McDonald's delicious McChicken sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in niching.
What a true delicacy of specially raised chicken and quality mayo with hand-picked lettuce and bacon.
Like I think it's very clear. Like
yum.
There was success there, but more practice could lead to much better outcomes. There's a lot of like room for growth as far as like Chinese cuisine. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, you want me to... Oh, I can do like an advertiser voice for... I feel like it's like that like dorky like American advertiser voice. It's like, try McDonald's delicious McChicken sandwich. What a true delicacy of specially raised chickens and quality mayo. With hand-picked lettuce and baker's bun. Yum! You'll be loving it. It's like sort of in that vein. It's like slightly higher pitched. Can you tell I do random voice work practice all the time? Oh, thank you. You'll be loving D's Nuts. D's Nuts also on sale at McDonald's. Way better than the crying, yeah. I'll have to try and work on my crying. My spontaneous YouTube fake crying. Let's see. Let's look up YouTube fake crying apology.
I want to apologize, but because I'm being forced to apologize by public opinion, this apology is basically just going to consist of me explaining why nothing I've ever done in my life has ever been my fault, while simultaneously claiming that I'm not making any excuses for the things I've done. If you don't know what I've done, I'm not going to tell you, because that would just make me look bad. So anyways, let's get into why I'm the victim of all the terrible things I've done in the past.
Alright, let's see if we can find some like real fake crying. Sam Pepper crying an apology video. Like usually what these videos involve is
watching this right now and you're thinking, Sam Pepper, we hate you.
Is like they take like 5 minutes to like work themselves up. Oh, okay, yeah. I've got a I don't know, guys. I think I was pretty close to this. I think I was pretty close to YouTube fake crying. I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm just saying. I think that was pretty accurate. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But I think it fit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Alright, Colombia, let's go. Colombia was a really fun one. I made chicharrón, which I misspelled here as chicharu. Pan de bono, which is really good. I really like pan de bono. Papas charrietas was good. It was very simple. But chicharrón was fun. It was a fun experiment, and I really liked making the cheese bread. I think pan de bono was quite good. It was delicious. Chicharrón was a little like I needed to do more with it, because on its own it's just like very, very fatty, which is good, but it was like very one note. But overall I really enjoyed Colombia, and I even had like a Colombian in the chat who was like giving me the thumbs up. So I'm gonna put Colombia in probably Damn That's Good. I'm kind of on the, you know, I'm kind of in between This Country's Solid and Damn That's Good. Oh, I'll do Damn That's Good. That's good. Alright, Comoros. What do we have for Comoros? Ah, okay. Chicken and a coconut cream sauce. This was like, you couldn't even, it was like a very simple like coconut cream curry kind of thing going on. It was decent. It was decent. It didn't blow my mind. It's nothing to write home about. It is fun. It's fun. I'll put this in the not bad. Congo. Congo was a fun one. Congo, if you're not familiar, was when we made... This was the first time we did fermenting on stream. This is when we started our banana wine saga. So, for Congo... oh, Kamaros, we also made a sweet pea soup. This was actually quite good. This is quite good. I think this is a little too plain, but this is pretty good. The sweet pea soup was quite good. So Congo, we made Madesu stew, which was like a very, like, is a